Hey there everybody, it's August 1st and time for my July collection update. You know, there is a little bit more than I was expecting. I was expecting for sure some CDs because I've been trying to get at least one CD from every prog power band that I cared about, and as of next month I will actually have one of all of them, or the end of this month technically. But I also picked up some video games and a couple Blu-rays, believe it or not. So we'll start with the Blu-rays, then do the CDs, then do the video games, because let's say, I almost want to say it was a more interesting video game month, but there was some pretty cool CDs and interesting CDs too. But we'll start off with the Blu-rays. I actually had like a gift certificate to Best Buy that expired after an amount of time. I actually originally went looking for the Legend of Korra Season 2. But they nowhere has it, which pisses me off. I never saw Season 2 yet, haven't seen it, it's into Season 3 and whatever. But anyway, I found this for really cheap, and I ended up getting the first 2 seasons of Torchwood, which is a spin-off of Doctor Who. I'll zoom out just a little bit. Season 1 here, Season 2 here. Kind of funny that But anyway, I have actually seen the entire Torchwood series. It's been a little while. I need to rewatch it. Kind of why I bought it. So I found it on Blu-ray, which is cool. I wish I had gotten Doctor Who on Blu-ray, but this was really cheap for both of these. I'm really confused why this box is bigger than this one. Basically a spin-off of Doctor Who, so there's like weird alien stuff and yeah. This season 1 is alright. But Season 2 picks it up and makes the show a lot better. Interesting. There's actually more discs in this one. Huh. Interesting. But basically, really good show. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, definitely check these out. One quick thing. I'm going to open up the box because everything was good. I actually opened up Season 2 and it was fine. But I open up Season 1, and look at this. Like, pieces started falling out. Look at this, it's fucking broken. Thankfully, it doesn't really there's a crack right under it, but nothing really got close to the discs. But just having pieces of plastic start falling out when you're opening a box that's supposed to be new, it's really irritating, and the box isn't in that good a shape, so it's like it was like thrown around or thrown on the ground a couple times almost. It was just weird. But this is a really good show. If you're a fan of Doctor Who, definitely check this out because it has Captain Jack. I completely forgot to point out the fact that it has Jack Harkness as the main character. So yeah, definitely go check these out if you're a fan of Doctor Who. Yeah. Crystal, watch this show. Seriously, it's hilarious. Okay, that's it for the movie DVD things. We'll go ahead and go on to CDs. There are actually 6 of them. I only expected... I'm sorry, there's not 6 of them. There's actually 5. One of them's from last month. I remember now. So there's 5. I only expected to have 4 this month. But I ended up getting one of the ones I just bought really quickly. So that's going to be in this month's as opposed to next month. Oh look, it's a piece of plastic from the case. Anyway, we will start out with, these are all prog power bands, just to get that out of the way. We will start off with this CD. Go ahead and zoom in. This is Voodoo Circle, More Than One Way Home. This is what you would call a supergroup, but there's nobody particularly famous. If you don't know what a supergroup is, it's basically members from other bands doing it, combining and making another band, basically. It's like Velvet Revolver or yeah, Velvet Revolver is the only one that I got off the top of my head right now. But basically this band is kind of they're 80. It's like 80s it's like 80s hard rock, kind of like. Not like hair metal like Motley Crue or Rat or Guns N' Roses and so. Well, it's kind of Guns N' Roses-esque almost. Well, not really, but it's like 80s metal is what it was. My dad is really into these guys. I thought the CD was okay. It didn't quite live up to what I was expecting when my dad told me, but it's okay. I probably won't buy any more of their CDs, but that's cool. You know, it's an interesting CD. If you like this kind of music, hey, go check them out, definitely. Then we go on to another band. This I will call, no, yeah, I'll call this my surprise of the month. This is Orden Ogan. The CD's called To the End. Best way to describe these, they're power metal. They're European, but they're more Viking metal. They kind of have like the choruses, everybody's singing together type deal. This CD is amazing. I was really surprised. Like, I saw pictures of the members of the band. It didn't look appealing at all. But then I'm just like, you know what, screw it. We'll go ahead and check them out. And I buy this CD, and it is fantastic. Things We Believe In is great. The Ice Kings is pretty good. Dying Paradise, Mystic Symphony. Yeah, there's some pretty good freaking songs on here. I am definitely going to buy the rest of their albums. For sure, buying the rest of these guys' albums. But cannot wait to see these guys at Prog Power now. This is going to be fun. These guys are good. Definitely worth checking out. Then we go on to a band. I actually have their very first CD already. I bought it years and years and years ago, but I finally got around to buying another one. This is Aeronautics by Masterplan. One of my favorite singers in the world, Jord Land. He actually left after this album and then rejoined an album after the next one. This album really surprised me too. I didn't really think they could live up to what the first album was, but this actually topped that. This is a really, really good album. Crimson Rider was great. Dark from the Dying, Falling Sparrow. Basically, Black in the Burn is really good. There's basically Aeronautics. It's kind of about planes and jets and stuff. If you can't tell, there's like a plane on the back here and a cockpit here. A flaming cockpit. Sounds weird. Anyway, so yes, very good album. Unfortunately, Jorn isn't with them anymore. But hey, the new singer sounds really good. So if they do any songs off this album, it'll be really cool. But cannot wait to see these guys now too. Then we go on to one of the biggest and most influential power metal bands that there is. That being Stratovarius. I have tried to get into them multiple times, but couldn't do it. But I get to see them at Prog Power. They're one of the headliners. So I bought one of their CDs just because. Unfortunately, it's a two-parter. I got Elements Part 1. This is a special version of this. I'll talk about that in a second. I haven't listened to this one. All these CDs I've listened to except this one. This is the one that I just bought that I didn't expect to have already. But I got it the other day and I have to throw it in here since it was last month's. But this is Elements Part 1. This is the only album that particularly interested me because I remember hearing the song Elements as a kid. I'm going to try to get into these guys because I'm going to get Elements Part 2 before I listen to this. Elements Part 2 is a little bit more expensive, which is unfortunate, but I will get Elements Part 2 before I listen to this so I can listen to both of them. But I want to get into these guys because of how influential they are. That and Timo Tolkki is amazing because Avalon, but the special thing about this CD is that this is like a limited edition re-release from 2003, and they only released 2,000 copies of this version, and this is number 128 out of 2,000. It's got just 3 bonus tracks. Yeah, we'll see how I like this. I'll probably bring this back up next month when I buy and listen to Elements Part 2. We'll see though. We will see. Then to finish up CDs, if you remember last month, I bought The Perfect Element Part 1 by Pain of Salvation, and I said I hadn't listened to it because I was going to buy the second part. Well, I got that second part, and that is this CD here, Scarsick. Basically The Perfect Element Part 2, but it's called Scarsick. And I have listened to both of these now, so I'm going to start with this one, with The Perfect Element, the one from last month. This is a really good CD. Not quite as good as Remedy Lane, but still pretty good. I really want to see these guys, and I get to see them twice too. But this is a really good one. I really enjoyed it. But then this CD, I don't really know how to describe what this is, but it's like, it's rap prog metal, because it feels like he's rapping. Like, I don't, and it's like so politically charged. Like, he hates politics. The singer, it's bad. It's just fucking enraged is what he sounds like. It's crazy, but it's just like it completely changed. And it's not, there's some okay songs on this CD, but it's nothing compared to Remedy Lane in this album. I do plan on buying the rest of their albums. I really hope none of them are like this one, though. I really hope none of the later ones are like this, because that's just going to ruin my opinion of them, and I'll be like afraid to like buy any of their new stuff when they come out with stuff. But anyway, that is it for CDs. We'll go on to video games. I do have one physical copy of a game, but we'll save that for later because it is an essential game for the system I got it for. But I actually picked up some games on the Wii U that were the virtual only, and I really want to talk about them. Them being the NES Remix games. I got both of them. I got the first one, NES Remix. I actually got it last, but I got it for free through Club Nintendo because I got Platinum for the year that just ended. So they had like a bunch of free digital games that you could get one of, and it was really a toss-up between NES Remix and Game & Wario. And I had already played the second one, so I'm like, ooh, I really don't want to spend another $15. So I bought NES Remix 1. I've played a little bit of it with my friends. It's a great party game. Both these games are great party games. But NES Remix 1 has levels from the Donkey Kong Arcade, Donkey Kong Jr., the original Mario Brothers, and then Super Mario Brothers, the original Legend of Zelda, Excite Bike, Balloon Fight, Demolition Man, or something like that. But if you haven't played NES Remix, basically it's almost like you have to complete tasks in certain games where it's like, oh, collect 20 coins, kill a certain amount of enemies, blah blah blah, and then they'll be like, you can't stop running, get to the end. But then there's remix stages where, like, for example, in the second game, there's a point where where you're playing the regular game, and then the graphics will suddenly switch to the Game Boy version, or like something will go invisible, or half the course will go invisible, or you'll be playing as Link in Mario, or something crazy like that, or it'll be really zoomed in, or it'll zoom out. There's some pretty interesting ones. Or it'll get really pixelated and you can't tell what's what. But NES Remix is good. But I actually got the second one, NES Remix 2, first at my friend's birthday thing. And ironically, of all the things we had Xbox 360s, PS3s. We played the most of NES Remix 2. That one was fun because it has Mario 2, Mario 3, Zelda 2, Metroid, I believe it had Punch-Out. Yeah, it had Punch-Out. It had, oh my god, it had Kirby's Adventure. It had, oh, Dr. Mario was in there. There we go, Dr. Mario. I actually think Yoshi's Cookie was in there too, or some other puzzle game. I can't quite remember. Wario's Woods. It was Wario's Woods. That's what it was. But yeah, that game we played the living hell out of, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, just passing these two games, both these games are great games to play with your friends. They are so much fun. They are, in my opinion, well worth the $15 a piece that they are. They're that much fun, and there's some replay value. But yeah, great fun games. Definitely check them out if you have a Wii U. It is definitely worth it in my opinion. But we go on to the one physical game that I got, and it is for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, there are only a couple of what I consider essential games that I don't have for the GameCube, or didn't have. Um, the only one that comes into my head other than this one right now is Mario Sunshine, which I technically have. I just need the box. I need F-Zero and Star Fox and stuff, but I was able to find this for cheaper than a lot of people probably think. But I picked up Tales of Symphonia, a huge essential for the GameCube. This is one of the best RPG series of all time. Most people consider this to be the best of the Tales of series. I haven't played a whole lot of JRPGs, but I knew that I had to pick up this game when I saw it. I was like standing there just saying, this is too good of a price. And it was at the retro game store, and I just had to pick it up. They had Castlevania Symphony of the Night too. That is probably my top game on my collection. This was up there though, so I picked this up. Excited to have this. I had no idea it was 2 discs. No idea at all. But I don't think it has the guide, unless there was no guide. But happy to finally have this. Oh my god. Tales of Symphonia. Yes. Thumbs up. But that is it for my collection update for July of 2014. I will see you at the end of next month to talk about Elements, among other things. I have, 3 other CDs coming right now, and then I will probably buy 2 sometime here this next week. 2 or 3, because I'll probably pick up Elements Part 2. But that should be it. I really don't see myself buying much anything else. I'm trying to save some money for at least Prog Power. Yeah, trying to save money for that so I can buy a bunch of stuff down there. But until next month, which you will see me. Later.